Well, we have all heard the story about Tasika Brown, who got the Gorilla Glue stuck in her hair and could not get it out. And we wanted to know if there were any legal implications with this story. So we brought in our experts with our sidebar this morning, Dan Del Rio and Chuck Caraway. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, so first, this has been such a hot topic in our newsroom too, just wanting to know what is going to come out of this case. Could Gorilla Glue be held liable for anything in regards to Tasika Brown and the fact she couldn't get it out?
So if there was going to be a lawsuit in this case, it would be a strict products liability case. And there's 3 different ways to prove that.
Okay.
One is you could show there's a manufacturing defect. That is, it came off the assembly line defective. It would be like if she sprayed it and it exploded or something like that. So it's probably not the case there. The second one would be whether or not there was a design defect. Could the product have been designed in a way that was safer? It has to be reasonable. In this case, it's permanent glue. So the answer is probably no, that it can't. The third one is where there might be the potential for a lawsuit, and that is warning. So were the instructions unclear? Was there adequate warning? You always get those things where you look at something and it says, don't do this, and you think to yourself, well, that's silly. Of course, nobody would do that. Well, this is where these situations come from. In this situation, she went and she usually used a product called Got to Be Glued to put her hair down. She ran out of that, and so she decided to go grab the can of Gorilla Glue and spray that in order to keep her hair down. Well, there's another product called like Gorilla Snot or something that does something similar. So she sprayed it on her hair thinking it would just glue it down. Unfortunately, it's permanent. So in this situation, what ends up happening is you have to think to yourself, okay, what does the label say? The label doesn't say anything about not using it on a person, but it does say that it's an eye and skin irritant. It also says several places that it's a permanent bond. So the defense is whether or not it was a reasonably foreseeable use. In this situation, it's very unlikely that you would say that it's a reasonably foreseeable use to use permanent spray glue on your hair, something that obviously took surgical intervention in order to get off.
Yeah.
So basically, you've got glue that's sticky, as it's supposed to be.
Right.
You've got somebody using it for something most people couldn't imagine. And the best reasoning she has is that the name is similar to something else that's an actual hair product. Not exactly a case I'd want to take.
Okay, so let's talk about Gorilla Glue. Now their name has been thrown out there. Some might think, well, this is a better case, the fact that this really is this binding glue that can't come out. Some might say it's making them look bad. It's putting them in bad light. Is that a concern you would have for the company?
So this is something we talked about previously on the last episode, and basically it's a defamation case, which is where you've attacked the character of someone such that it's causing them damage. First point is, of course, truth is a defense. So in this case, is it true that it actually occurred? That's a factual issue. It would have to come out more, whether she really did do this, whether it was just a hype story. But the real issue here is there going to be a damage? There's no question it was transmitted. Thousands, probably millions of people have heard this story. The real issue is going to be, is there a damage? Well, quite honestly, you have a glue company that brags they have a permanent bond that just had possibly the best story about a permanent bond occurring unintendedly. I don't know if that's so much a damage. This actually could become a commercial in the future.
No press is bad press.
This is true. Bad press is good press too. Yeah, in some cases. All right. Well, thank you so much to both of you. Chuck Caraway, Dan Del Rio with our sidebar, and hopefully we'll be back with them next month to talk more about some of the legal issues across this country. Back over to you guys.
Thanks, Dina.